Analysis of the causes of some Su-22 crashes in Poland. Poland recently signed 2 agreements to buy dozens of fighter aircraft from the US and South Korea, to replace the MiG-29 and Su-22 from the Soviet era. Poland has witnessed many Su-22 crashes, causing the pilot's death for many different reasons. Aircraft maintenance error, pilot error, air traffic control error. On October 23, 1986, pilot Lieutenant Boguslaw Sidisi, 28 years old, piloted a Su-22 M4, performing a simulated attack against ground targets in normal night weather conditions. At 10:37 p.m., Sidisi misread the altimeter when performing a dive, actually 200 m but thought it was 1,200 m. The plane dived and crashed into the ground at a low angle in the area of Waplewo, Sidisi. The pilot did not attempt to use the ejection seat, not fully aware of the risk. Sidisi is a second-class pilot, with a total flight time of 614 hours, of which flying on the Su-22 is about 73 hours. On May 17, 1989, pilot Lieutenant Jacek Gabryś, 31 years old, flew a Su-22 M4 with a training mission in normal weather conditions on a daily basis. This is a training flight to prepare for a personal flight demonstration at low altitude in the presence of the Polish Prime Minister. At 7:57 a.m., Gabryś let the Su-22 exceed the critical angle of attack during a sharp turn at low altitude, causing the plane to stall and collide with the ground about 480 m from the fence of Pila City Airport. The pilot did not attempt to use the ejection seat and died in the completely burned plane. The direct cause of the accident was determined to be pilot error and organizational negligence. Gabryś is a first-class pilot, having 989 hours on the TS-11 Iskra and Su-22 aircraft, of which about 384 hours on the Su-22 M4. On December 20, 1989, 2 pilots of a Su-22 UM-3K landed at Pila Airport during the night. Due to the extreme descent, the plane got stuck in the treetops. The 2 pilots controlled the plane to raise the altitude to 60 m, turned on the ejection seat to escape. The plane crashed a few hundred meters from the Pila Walch Road, exploded and completely burned down. On January 30, 1990, pilot Lieutenant Colonel Andrzej Wisislik, 40 years old, piloted a Su-22 M4 during a daytime technical flight in normal weather conditions. At an altitude of 10,000 m, due to the freezing of water droplets in the main unit of the air pressure receiver, the pilot misread the instructions of the navigation device, so incorrect operation caused the aircraft engine to fail. Turn off. Wisislik did not use the ejection seat, but tried to land in a random area near the town of Zaplanek. When landing at 12:01, the plane crashed, killing the pilot. The cause of the accident was that the pilot took an incorrect action due to misinterpreting the incorrect indicators of the aneroid diaphragm device. Wisislik has 2,080 flight hours with TS-11 Iskra, SB Lim 2, Lim 2, Lim 6, Su-22 M4 aircraft, including about 520 hours on the Su-22 M4. On June 4, 1993, the Su-22 M4 aircraft turned itself off during takeoff. At a height of 20 m, the ejection seat brought the pilot out safely. The plane burned down after it hit the ground. The cause of the problem was determined to be improper maintenance of the Su-22 M4. On July 25, 1995, Su-22 M4 aircraft dropped bombs on a training ground in the village of Nadarzyce in central western Poland at 8:33 a.m. The bomb exploded prematurely and pilot Major Jerzy Strzemek, 42, was killed due to a design error in the bomb. During the bomb-cutting flight, Strzemek had to drop 6 bombs in the air with fuses of a new type. First, the pilot dropped 2 bombs from a height of about 40 m. After that, dropped 2 more bombs, but only 1.2 seconds after dropping, the left bomb suddenly exploded under the fuselage, 18 m from the fuselage. The plane was hit hard by shrapnel, heat, and shock waves. Fuel leaking from the tanks quickly ignited. 5 seconds after the bomb went off, the plane collided with the ground and exploded. Stremec is a first-class pilot, having flown 1,786 hours on the TS-11 Iskra, LM-5, and Su-22 aircraft, with a flight time on the Su-22 of 853 hours. On November 7, 1995, at 10:03 a.m., the Su-22 UM-3K aircraft while flying aerobatics in the Zaplanek region collided with the ground, causing two pilots, Lieutenant Bogdan Kaka, 41 years old, and Lieutenant Colonel Waclaw Mako, 42 years old, died. The two pilots performed a mid and low altitude training flight during the day in normal weather conditions. The aircraft flew to an altitude of 4,450 m, dived vertically at a speed of 595 km/h and an angle of attack of 17 degrees, and then rushed straight at a speed of 1000 km/h, a small angle of inclination. The cause of the crash was the pilot's incorrect performance of the second stage of the dive and the more difficult weather conditions that prevailed in the area. The two pilots did not promptly bring the Su-22 UM-3K out of the dive or leave the aircraft at a safe altitude. On June 13, 2001, while landing at the airport in the village of Pauj at 00:33 a.m. during a training flight in heavy rain and fog, the Su-22 UM-3K was flown by Major Maciej Gorkiewicz, 36 years old. Lieutenant Arkadiusz Madej, controller, collided with the ground. The fuel system leak caused the plane to catch fire and the crew died. The cause of the accident was that airport control staff decided to allow the pilot to re-land in weather conditions that did not meet the minimum requirements for the crew, the airport, and the aircraft. Should have asked the crew to land at the airport instead. Instructor pilot Gorkiewicz has 1,812 hours of flying time on Zlin, TS-11 Iskra, Su-20 and Su-22 aircraft. Weapon parameters of Su-17 M4. -2 30mm NR-30 cannons, 80 rounds each. -2 underwing pylons carrying R-60. Air-to-air missiles. -10 hard pylons can carry 4,250 kilograms of weapons, including bombs, cluster rockets, napalm bombs, nuclear weapons. Can also carry Kh-23, Kh-25, Kh-29, and Kh-58 electronic/optical guided missiles, laser-guided bombs. The Su-22 M4 variant is not too outdated compared to the fourth-generation fighters produced and commissioned at the same time, such as Sukhoi Su-27, Mikoyan MiG-29, F-16A/B. The aircraft is equipped with relatively modern avionics, reconnaissance, and targeting systems, along with the ability to make good use of guided attack missiles. On August 19, 2003, at about 3:45 p.m., during an air defense exercise in the town of Ustka, 2 Kub missiles were launched while the Su-22 M4 aircraft had not yet left the firing range. Pilot Lieutenant Colonel Andrzej Andrzejewski felt dangerous, so he used the ejection seat, was injured and was transported by Mi-14PS helicopter to a field hospital. Pilot Andrzejewski made the right decision to leave the plane. On August 9, 1986, a Su-22 M4 crashed. The ejection seat successfully ejected the pilot. Perhaps this is the first time the K-36 ejection seat is used in Poland. Poland will eliminate MiG-29 and Su-22. Poland will stop operating MiG-29 fighters and Su-22 bombers from the Soviet era. Polish Radio, August 15, 2022 quotes the Polish Defense Minister Mariusz Bazizak. The minister emphasized that the Polish army will be equipped with aircraft manufactured by the US and South Korea. We will soon withdraw the MiG-29 and Su-22 aircraft. In addition to the US F-16 and F-35 aircraft, South Korean fighters and trainers will appear in the Polish Air Force, Blaszczak said. At the end of July 2022, the Polish defense minister approved an agreement to buy 48 Fa-50 light fighters from Korea to equip 3 squadrons of the Air Force. The first aircraft will be delivered as early as mid-2023. In January 2020, Poland signed a contract to buy 32 stealthy multi-role fighters F-35 Lightning II from the US with a total value of $4.6 billion. Under the contract, the US side will train 24 pilots and 90 ground staff of Poland, and the country will receive the first aircraft in 2024.